I'm General Jack Stultz. I'm an American soldier. Today we're here celebrating Memorial Day, honoring those young men, women in uniform who've made the ultimate sacrifice for this nation. Every day in this country ought to be Memorial Day. We live in the greatest nation in this world. We enjoy liberty, freedom, and prosperity unparalleled. And we do it because of those great heroes who've served our nation in uniform, who've protected our freedom and liberty. And today we're honoring those who've made the ultimate sacrifice. But we also should stop and thank all those who continue to serve our nation in uniform around this world. They are the heroes. That greatest generation that came back from World War II and rebuilt this country, that next greatest generation that's serving on the front lines in Iraq, Afghanistan, and other places in this nation, in this world. To all those men and women in uniform, thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your service to our nation. God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.
Joining me now is a true American hero, General Jack Stultz, who had the pleasure of being in the parade earlier today. General, thank you for taking a few moments out from the festivities to join us.
Oh, thanks for having me on.
This must be a remarkable experience for you to see so many veterans from so many periods in our nation's history coming out today.
It's really a special time, you know, when the nation stops to honor all the veterans from all the wars, and to see World War II veterans, Korean veterans, Vietnam veterans, current day Desert Storm, and their enduring Iraqi freedom veterans all coming together, and then people standing on the side of the road saying thank you for your service.
Giving up their day to be here
Exactly.
to do that. Talk a little bit about those who are serving abroad today, whether they are serving as part of operations, you know, Enduring Freedom, Iraqi Freedom, or elsewhere. What do you want to say to them?
Well, you know, what I like to say is, and it's very appropriate today, you know, Tom Brokaw talked about the veterans of World War II as the greatest generation. And I like to talk about the veterans we have today as the next greatest generation. Young men and women of America who volunteer to go in harm's way, to look evil in the eye, defend our liberty, defend our freedom, so that we can enjoy what we have here today.
Absolutely.
And I think our hearts go out to them. And what I tell America is, let's don't just make today Memorial Day. Let's make every day Memorial Day. Every day stop and think and say, thanks for what you're doing to a man and woman in uniform.
That's true. In our nation's capital, we have the opportunity to see so many of our young men and women who are wearing the uniform today. It's easy to stop them and say thank you in the streets everywhere, but for so many around the country, they don't have that opportunity. I know, General, your heart is with the reserves.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the kind of individual who becomes a reservist.
Well, you know, it really is a special person. I call them a warrior citizen. They're a warrior for their nation in uniform. They're a citizen back in the communities of America. And time after time, when I'm out visiting soldiers in Iraq, Afghanistan, the Horn of Africa, I'm just in awe of the quality of soldiers we've got. We've got a lot of young men and women in uniform that don't have to be there. They've got great educations, they've got great jobs back home, and yet they volunteer. I was meeting with some soldiers recently, having lunch, a young lieutenant across the table from me, and I said, "Where did you go to school?" And he says, "Grad or undergrad?" I said, "Well, grad school." And he said, "I got my doctorate at MIT.
Wow.
And I said, "What are you doing here?" And he said, "After 9/11, sir, I volunteered and joined the Army Reserve. As a private, you made me an officer." That's the spirit of America.
What are the challenges like today in terms of finding more individuals like this gentleman who want to come in?
Well, the great news, Cynthia, is we're meeting our recruiting goals. We're exceeding our recruiting goals, actually, and we're meeting our retention goals. And the reason we're doing that is we got so many great young individuals out there that are willing to step forward. And not all of them are very young. We brought in a doctor last year into the Army Reserve that's over 50 years of age. He's a Harvard-trained physician. He's also a triathlete. And he said, "I just want to serve my country." He went to Iraq and did surgery on wounded soldiers, saving lives.
Simply remarkable.
It is.
Well,
something we all have to really stop and say thanks for what you're doing.
Absolutely, and today is the day to do it. A little while ago, we had our national moment of remembrance, and everything came to a stop. One moment, as you alluded to at the beginning of the parade, is just not enough. It's not. And to tell you, as an Army brat, I've got that special place in my heart for the Army.
We all do. We all do.
General,
It's one Army.
Thank you so much for being with us today and for taking time out and for sending a message to all those who are serving around the world. It is a great privilege to have
Thanks
you
for
here.
what you and the Pentagon Channel do for us and getting the word out to our soldiers. Because I'm sure soldiers around the world are enjoying this parade with us today. And I just say thanks to all of you for serving your nation.